Good morning, everybody. My name is Dirk Ebener. Hope you're doing well. Today on the Trade Show Toggle Live, we are talking about one very important aspect of trade shows, and that's food. Food and beverages, cookies, hamburgers, whatever you want. All of that is a very, very important part of trade shows. Of course, you want to have, food enough for your team in the trade show booth. You want a lot of different things. So I want to talk a little bit about it because there's a couple of things that exhibitors who want to go to a trade show have to really pay attention to. And that is very important because it varies. If you have a trade show in the United States you go to, you have a certain procedure that you have to follow. If you do the same thing overseas, let's say in Germany, the country of the beer, or you want to go to Italy for pasta, whatever you want to do and wherever you go, you have to understand the rules and regulations of trade shows. That's just the way it is. So back to the US market. Here in the United States, you have a little bit of a powerhouse of a catering company, if you want to call it that, because here in the United States, at the majority of the trade show facilities, if not at all of them, you cannot bring food in from the outside. You have to stay with the catering company that is in-house, so in the building, in the convention center. And that company pretty much has the monopoly on food and beverages in the facility. That means if you want to host a party, if you want to have food in the booth, you go through the company that is catering it. So you go to your exhibitor menu, you pull out the form for catering, and you place your order with the company. There's a couple of them. Center Plate is one. There is Levi or Levy here in Atlanta. So there's a lot of things you can do in order to, already start planning in advance because it's part of your exhibitor manual if you sign up for a trade show. So if you do the same thing overseas now, it's where it's come very interesting because pretty much everything that you want, everything that you want to bring in, you can do overseas. So at the facilities overseas, you don't really have these rules and regulations to the extent that you have them here. You're free to do whatever you want to do. If you have a specific type of cookie, if you have anything that is cheese, ham, pasta, you name it, you can do it pretty much over there without a lot of rules and regulations. Back to the States real quick. If you have decided to host a VIP party or a reception at your booth, again, you go through the convention center catering company, you place your order, and then you have decided to have alcohol, wine, beer, whatever beverages that are over 21. If you have the plan to do that, you need someone to come in and serve that. You cannot open the beer or the wine or the liquor yourself. You have to have someone who has a license to do so. The convention center will gladly send that person along, and you have a bar, and that person for a couple of hours will open up all the beer and the wine that you want and that you like to have. Are you shifts? I'm not really sure what you mean, but I like the comment. So if you want to put a little bit more in, then I'd be more than happy. I don't know. I believe I'm a good one, but thank you for asking. Anyway, go back to the food. Food is extremely important. So if you have that in your booth, you want to make sure that it is pleasant, that people have enough seating areas, that people have enough time to stand somewhere and enjoy and network. Whenever you have booth parties, make sure that you are aware of the fact that often these organizers as well as buildings do not allow you to take the beverage outside of the facility or the hall. So that's very important as well. Let me think what else is there. There is a couple of more things. One thing that is important is that when you have set up and tear down of the trade show booth, that you find out early in advance, are some of the concession stands inside that building open to feed your team, because you don't want people to venture off and leave and be gone for a couple of hours, because that at the end of the day will slow down your move in or your move out. So make sure that you know that. Again, nobody's going to say anything if you bring in, candy or chocolate pieces or something like that. If you want to serve food because it's part of your exhibit, contact the trade show management company or the vendor who is delivering it to it, because you want to serve it in bite-size or 2-ounce little cups. Make sure that you have approval from the convention center and the trade show organizer, because you can run into some trouble right there and then. If you have any questions about catering, if you have any questions about food and beverage in the trade show business, Trade Show Talk Live is really here to answer your questions. So if you have questions, please post them so we can, help you out and answer those questions that you have. Trade Show Talk Live is going to be on Periscope every day, as often as we can be here. So thank you very much for watching us. My name is Dirk Ebener with Global CIF, and today's topic of Trade Show Talk Live was all about food and beverage and catering at trade shows. If you have any questions, again, we are on Twitter at Global CIF. We are on Twitter at Trade Show Talk and Trade Show Tips. So there's a couple of places where you can find us. On Wednesdays, by the way, we are answering questions on Twitter. So if you have any questions, shoot us a tweet or shoot us an email to info@globalcif. We will post them, and then on Wednesdays at Trade Show Talk, we will answer all those questions, and hopefully we'll help you to plan and manage your trade show and event a little bit more effective and efficiency. So thank you so much. Have a great weekend. This was Trade Show Talk Live from Atlanta. My name is Dirk Ebener, and have a great day. Bye-bye.